converting from polar to rectangular. Oh my goodness, this is so easy. All you got to do is take the R value and multiply it by the cosine value of the angle. Boom, that's the x coordinate. The y value, R times the sine, that's going to take you straight to the y coordinate. And then for rectangular, it's still easy, but you got to think about it. You got to match up some stuff here. So this does take some thinking. It's not just multiplying. The R value is x squared plus y squared. The tangent value is y over x. But you got to think about what's going on with this tangent value. And I'll talk about that when we get there. So easy, polar to rectangular. We're going to start working on this right now. So the first half is from polar to rectangular. So we have radians of 5 pi over 3. And we should know those cosine and sine values because that's on the unit circle. 5 pi over 3 is going to have this set for its ordered pair. However, remember 5 pi over 3 is in quadrant 4. So I know root 3 over 2 is negative. So now that I know what it is on the unit circle, all we do is just multiply negative 8. So negative 8 times a positive 1/2, that's going to be a negative 4. Negative 8 times a negative root 3 over 2, that's going to take us to a positive 4 root 3. So that's where it would be on a coordinate grid. So if you notice, guys, this started out in quadrant 4. This is in quadrant 2. And let's kind of talk about why that happens. Let's look at the warm-up for a moment. So on the warm-up on page 5, let's just graph these real quick. Let's just take a look at problem 1. Problem 1 is 2 pi over 3. That's in this part right here. But look, that's a negative 2. So even though 2 pi over 3 is right here, that negative 2 is going to bring it to the opposite quadrant. So go ahead and plot where you think number 1 is, and we'll talk about it. So after you plot number 1, notice again it's 2 places away from 2 pi over 3. Let's convert this. So the way that we're going to convert this is, there's problem 2, there's problem 3. So focus on problem number 1. Notice I now put an x and y axis on here. So we're going to do number 1 what we just did in our notes. Let's convert number 1 to rectangular form. So go ahead and do number 1 now. Convert number 1 to rectangular form. Just you have a lot of blank space at the bottom of the warm-up. It takes you to the fourth quadrant. So you should have positive 1, negative 3 for the first one. That's why that's happening, because you have a negative R value. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. So back to page 6, just moving your eyeballs over. 3 pi over 2, remember that's at the bottom of the unit circle, so that's going to be 0, negative 1. So on a rectangular coordinate grid, just distribute that 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. That's where that is going to be on a coordinate grid. Number 3, guys, this is in polar form. That's like 0 pi. Remember, 0 pi is the beginning of the unit circle, the right side of the unit circle, and that's going to be 1, 0. So again, when we distribute the 6, that ordered pair is just pretty much going to look identical. 6, 0 pi is the same thing as 6, 0 on a coordinate grid. And that's really it for polar to rectangular.